There was a quiet beggar standing in line at the cake shop, surrounded by people casting strange or even disdainful glances at him. When it was his turn, he cautiously took out a few old coins and whispered, "I'll have the smallest piece, please." The shop owner's grandson was about to chase him away when he noticed the owner warmly handing him a large slice of cake and smiling, "Welcome, come again next time." The child, puzzled, asked the shop owner, "He's just a beggar. Why are you so kind to him?" The shop owner replied, "Because he is our customer. He waited in line for a long time to buy our cake, and besides, he has to beg for a long time just to afford a meal. Shouldn't we serve him?" The child nodded and continued, "Then why did you take his money? Couldn't you just give it to him?" The shop owner said, "His current identity is a customer, so we should respect his identity." This shop owner was the grandfather of a famous French entrepreneur, and it was his actions that deeply influenced the child. So, in his later career, he always remembered his grandfather's teachings, to respect every customer. Later on, he established a world-famous multinational chain of supermarkets. In fact, such situations often occur in life. We are all ordinary people, and we have no right to look down on others. Seeing people is like looking in a mirror. What we see is ourselves. How you see the world is how the world sees you. Your world is a reflection of who you are. How you define others reflects your own level of cultivation. People of higher levels understand the importance of respecting others. Please feel free to type wisdom in the comment section if this message resonates with your spirit. Your participation extends the reach of this message, touching more lives and spreading the message of faith and hope. Stay with us until the end of this video. Open your heart and be ready to receive the uplifting power of this video. Click the like button, subscribe to the channel, and enable notifications to stay updated with more content that nourishes the soul and uplifts the spirit. In a world often fraught with discord and turmoil, the teachings of Buddha stand as a beacon of wisdom, offering profound insights on fostering respect and harmony. Today we delve into the timeless principles of Buddhism, exploring practical ways to cultivate mutual respect and understanding in our daily lives. Remember, this teaching is not only for Buddhists, but applies to all individuals seeking to cultivate respect and harmony in their lives. Here are some principles from Buddha's teachings that can help you earn respect. Practice the 5 precepts. In a small village nestled amidst the hills, there lived a young man named Siddhartha. Siddhartha was known for his honesty and integrity, qualities instilled in him by his parents, who were devout followers of the Buddha's teachings. One sunny morning, as Siddhartha was walking through the bustling marketplace, he noticed a commotion near the town square. Curious, he made his way through the crowd and discovered a wallet lying abandoned on the ground. Siddhartha picked it up, his heart pounding with anticipation. Upon opening the wallet, Siddhartha's eyes widened in surprise. Inside lay a significant amount of money, enough to feed his family for months. As he held the wallet in his hands, Siddhartha felt a surge of conflicting emotions. The temptation to keep the money tugged at his conscience, whispering promises of relief from his family's financial burdens. However, in that moment, Siddhartha's thoughts turned to the teachings of the Buddha. He remembered the importance of ethical conduct and the 5 precepts preached by the Enlightened One. With a resolute sigh, Siddhartha made a decision. He would return the wallet to its rightful owner, no matter the cost. Determined, Siddhartha set out to find the owner of the wallet. He traversed the narrow streets of the village, knocking on doors and inquiring about the lost item. Finally, after hours of searching, Siddhartha stumbled upon a humble cottage nestled at the edge of the village. With trembling hands, he knocked on the door. A kind-faced elderly woman answered the door, her eyes widening in surprise at the sight of Siddhartha holding the wallet. Tears welled up in her eyes as Siddhartha recounted the events leading to his discovery of the lost item. Gratefully, the woman embraced Siddhartha, thanking him for his honesty and integrity. As word of Siddhartha's selfless act spread throughout the village, he became a symbol of moral virtue and integrity. People from far and wide came to seek his counsel and guidance, inspired by his unwavering commitment to ethical living. The 5 precepts are ethical guidelines in Buddhism that include abstaining from harming living beings, stealing, sexual misconduct, false speech, and intoxicants. By following these precepts, you demonstrate a commitment to ethical living, which earns respect from others. In our daily lives, Siddhartha's story serves as a poignant reminder of the importance of upholding ethical principles, even when faced with temptation and adversity. Just as Siddhartha chose to return the wallet and uphold the 5 precepts, we too can apply these teachings in our own lives. We can practice compassion and empathy towards all living beings, treating them with kindness and respect, thus abstaining from harming living beings. Cultivating honesty and integrity in all our dealings, and respecting the property and possessions of others allows us to abstain from stealing. By fostering healthy and respectful relationships based on mutual trust, respect, and consent, we uphold the precept of abstaining from sexual misconduct. Speaking truthfully and kindly, and refraining from gossip or slander that may cause harm to others, enables us to abstain from false speech. Additionally, cultivating mindfulness and clarity of mind, and avoiding substances that cloud judgment and hinder moral conduct allow us to abstain from intoxicants. Through embodying these principles in our daily lives, we can follow in Siddhartha's footsteps and earn respect through our commitment to ethical living and virtuous conduct. Cultivate virtue, Sila. In a serene mountain village nestled amidst mist-shrouded peaks, there lived a revered monk named Ananda. Renowned throughout the land for his exemplary virtue and noble character, Ananda was regarded as a beacon of light and wisdom in the community. Ananda's days were spent in quiet contemplation, immersed in the timeless teachings of the Buddha. His humble abode, a modest cottage nestled amidst verdant hills, welcomed weary travelers seeking refuge from the trials of the world. With a warm smile and gentle demeanor, Ananda offered solace to all who crossed his threshold, embodying the spirit of compassion and selflessness that defined his existence. One crisp autumn morning, a weary traveler stumbled upon the village, his footsteps weary and his spirit heavy with the burdens of the road. Seeking refuge from the biting chill of the mountain winds, the traveler found himself drawn to the flickering glow of Ananda's cottage. With a hesitant knock, he summoned the courage to seek shelter within its welcoming embrace. Ananda greeted the traveler with a kind smile, his eyes twinkling with warmth and understanding. Without a word, he ushered the weary traveler inside, offering him a seat by the crackling hearth and a steaming cup of herbal tea to chase away the chill that clung to his bones. As the flames danced and flickered in the hearth, Ananda and the traveler engaged in deep conversation, their words weaving a tapestry of shared experiences and timeless truths. Through the soft cadence of Ananda's voice, the traveler found solace for his troubled heart and guidance for his weary soul. Each word spoken carried the weight of wisdom, each gesture infused with the boundless compassion that flowed from Ananda's gentle spirit. In the days that followed, the traveler lingered in the village, drawn by the magnetic pull of Ananda's presence. With each passing moment, he found himself transformed by the monk's teachings, his heart opening to the infinite possibilities that lay dormant within his soul. In gratitude for Ananda's boundless generosity and unwavering guidance, the traveler vowed to embark on his own spiritual journey, guided by the timeless wisdom of the Buddha. With a final embrace and a whispered word of thanks, he bid farewell to Ananda, his heart overflowing with gratitude for the monk's profound impact on his life. Though their paths diverged, the bond forged between Ananda and the traveler endured, a testament to the transformative power of compassion and virtue. As the seasons turned and the winds whispered tales of bygone days, Ananda continued to illuminate the path of righteousness for all who sought his guidance, his legacy etched into the fabric of eternity. Sila refers to moral conduct and virtuous behavior. Cultivating virtue involves acting with kindness, honesty, patience, and integrity in all aspects of your life. When others observe your virtuous conduct, they are likely to respect you. In our daily lives, the story of Ananda serves as a timeless reminder of the transformative power of cultivating virtue, Sila. Inspired by his example, we can apply these principles by embodying qualities such as kindness, compassion, integrity, and selflessness. By practicing kindness and compassion towards all beings we encounter, Whether through simple acts of generosity or lending a compassionate ear to those in need, we honor the spirit of Ananda's boundless generosity and unwavering compassion. Upholding integrity and honesty forms the cornerstone of Sila, guiding us to be truthful in our words and actions, honor our commitments, and maintain ethical conduct even in the face of adversity. Furthermore, showing respect and reverence towards others fosters harmonious relationships and creates a sense of unity within our communities, echoing the spirit of inclusivity and understanding that defined Ananda's interactions with others. Engaging in selfless service further reinforces Sila, as we dedicate ourselves to alleviating the suffering of others through acts of charity, volunteer work, or simply being present for those in need, mirroring Ananda's boundless dedication to the well-being of all beings. Through leading by example and embodying these virtues in our daily lives, we can serve as beacons of light, guiding others on the path towards greater happiness, fulfillment, and mutual respect. In doing so, we honor the legacy of Ananda and contribute to the well-being of both ourselves and society as a whole. Develop wisdom, prajna. In the ancient kingdom of Magadha, there lived a young prince named Ashoka. From a tender age, Ashoka showed a keen intellect and a thirst for knowledge that surpassed even the most learned scholars in the kingdom. His father, the king, recognized Ashoka's potential and provided him with the finest teachers and mentors to nurture his intellect. Despite his privileged upbringing, Ashoka remained humble and curious, always seeking to expand his understanding of the world and the human condition. He spent countless hours in the royal library, poring over ancient texts and engaging in philosophical debates with scholars from far and wide. One day, as Ashoka was strolling through the palace gardens, he encountered a wise old sage seated beneath a Bodhi tree, deep in meditation. Intrigued by the sage's serene demeanor, Ashoka approached him and humbly asked, "O venerable sage, how can one attain true wisdom?" The sage opened his eyes, gazing at Ashoka with a knowing smile. "Wisdom, my dear prince, is not merely acquired through study and scholarship," he replied. "True wisdom arises from the depths of one's own heart, through direct experience and introspection." With these words, the sage initiated Ashoka into the practice of meditation and mindfulness, guiding him on a transformative journey of self-discovery and inner awakening. Through years of diligent practice and contemplation, Ashoka gradually unlocked the secrets of the mind and gained profound insights into the nature of existence. Armed with newfound wisdom and compassion, Ashoka ascended the throne and embarked on a mission to govern with justice and benevolence. He instituted reforms to alleviate the suffering of his people, promoted religious tolerance, and renounced violence, earning him the title of Ashoka the Great, and leaving a lasting legacy of peace and enlightenment. Wisdom is highly respected in Buddhism. Engage in practices that cultivate wisdom, such as studying the teachings of the Buddha, reflecting on their meaning, and practicing mindfulness and meditation. Wisdom enables you to navigate life's challenges with clarity and understanding, garnering respect from others. In our daily lives, cultivating virtue, sila, involves embodying qualities such as kindness, compassion, integrity, and selflessness. Inspired by the example of figures like Ananda, we can apply these principles by practicing kindness and compassion towards all beings we encounter, whether through simple acts of generosity or lending a compassionate ear to those in need. Upholding integrity and honesty forms the foundation of Sila, guiding us to be truthful in our words and actions, honor our commitments, and maintain ethical conduct, even in challenging circumstances. Additionally, showing respect and reverence towards others, regardless of their background or beliefs, fosters harmonious relationships and creates a sense of unity within our communities. Engaging in selfless service further reinforces Sila as we dedicate ourselves to alleviating the suffering of others through acts of charity, volunteer work, or simply being present for those in need. By leading by example and embodying these virtues in our daily lives, we can serve as inspirations to others, guiding them on the path towards greater happiness, fulfillment, and mutual respect. Through consistent practice and dedication, we cultivate virtue, sila, and contribute to the well-being of both ourselves and society as a whole. Show compassion and kindness. In the heart of a bustling city, amidst the hustle and bustle of daily life, there lived a young woman named Aisha. Aisha was known throughout the neighborhood for her boundless compassion and unwavering kindness. Despite facing her own challenges, she dedicated herself to making the world a better place, one act of kindness at a time. One chilly winter evening, as Aisha was walking home from work, she noticed a frail elderly man sitting on a bench, shivering from the cold. Without hesitation, Aisha approached him, her heart filled with empathy and concern. "Are you all right, sir?" she asked, her voice warm and gentle. The elderly man looked up, his eyes filled with surprise and gratitude. I'm just a little cold," he replied, his voice trembling with exhaustion. Aisha smiled warmly, removing her coat and draping it around his shoulders. "Here, take my coat," she said softly, "and let me get you something warm to drink." With a grateful nod, the elderly man accepted Aisha's offer. As they sat together on the bench, sipping hot tea from a thermos Aisha had brought, the man shared his story. He spoke of a lifetime filled with hardships and loss, of loneliness that weighed heavy on his aging heart. Touched by the man's vulnerability, Aisha listened intently, her heart aching with empathy. She knew she couldn't erase the pain of a lifetime with a single act of kindness, but she could offer him companionship and comfort in his time of need. From that day on, Aisha made it her mission to visit the elderly man regularly. Each evening, after finishing her work, she would stop by the park with a warm meal and a friendly smile. Together they would sit on the bench, sharing stories and laughter under the starry night sky. As weeks turned into months, Aisha's small acts of kindness transformed the elderly man's life in ways she could never have imagined. His eyes, once clouded with sorrow, now sparkled with newfound hope and joy. With Aisha by his side, he no longer felt alone in the world. Word of Aisha's selfless deeds spread throughout the city, inspiring others to follow her example. Soon, a network of volunteers formed, dedicated to serving the vulnerable members of their community. Aisha's small acts of kindness had ignited a ripple effect of compassion and goodwill, transforming the city into a place of warmth and solidarity. And though Aisha's story was but one among many, her legacy of kindness would echo through the ages, reminding us all of the transformative power of compassion and the boundless capacity of the human heart. Compassion is a central tenet of Buddhism. Show empathy and kindness towards others, and extend your compassion to all living beings. By demonstrating genuine care and concern for others' well-being, you earn their respect and admiration. In our daily lives, showing compassion and kindness involves cultivating a genuine concern for the well-being of others and actively seeking opportunities to alleviate their suffering. We can apply this principle by practicing empathy, putting ourselves in others' shoes, and striving to understand their experiences and emotions. By empathizing with others, we can respond to their needs with compassion and kindness, offering assistance in various forms, whether it's a kind word, a helping hand, or material aid. Being mindful of others' feelings is also crucial, as we pay attention to their emotional states and act with sensitivity and consideration, avoiding actions or words that may cause harm or distress. Additionally, we can cultivate loving kindness towards all beings, wishing them well and sincerely desiring their happiness and peace. Leading by example is key as we become beacons of compassion and kindness in our communities, inspiring others to follow suit and creating a culture of warmth and solidarity. Through consistent practice of compassion and kindness in our daily lives, we not only alleviate the suffering of others, but also contribute to the creation of a more compassionate and harmonious world for all beings. Be humble. In the heart of a bustling kingdom, there lived a humble farmer named Chen. His fields, though modest in size, yielded abundant crops year after year, sustaining not only his own family, but also providing surplus for the villagers in need. Despite his remarkable success, Chen remained a paragon of humility and simplicity. One sunny afternoon, as Chen toiled in his fields, a caravan of wealthy merchants passed through the village. Intrigued by the lushness of Chen's crops, they approached him. eager to learn the secret to his prosperity. "Surely you must be proud of your bountiful harvest," one of the merchants exclaimed, eyeing the golden grains swaying in the breeze. Chen smiled warmly, his hands weathered from years of labor, and gestured towards the fields. "The earth is generous, and the rains have been plentiful," he replied humbly. "But it is not solely my efforts that bring forth this abundance. I am merely a steward of the land, working in harmony with nature's cycles." The merchants were struck by Chen's humility and wisdom. Despite their wealth and influence, they found themselves in awe of this simple farmer who attributed his success not to his own prowess, but to the benevolence of nature and the interconnectedness of all living things. As the merchants continued on their journey, Chen's words echoed in their minds, a poignant reminder of the importance of humility in the face of success and abundance. They carried his teachings with them, striving to embody his spirit of gratitude and reverence in their own lives. Humility is valued in Buddhism. Avoid arrogance, self-aggrandizement, and boasting. Instead, cultivate humility by acknowledging your limitations and treating others with respect and equality, regardless of their social status or background. In our daily lives, practicing humility involves acknowledging our limitations and treating others with respect and equality, regardless of their social status or background. Here's how we can apply this principle. Humility begins with recognizing that our achievements are not solely the result of our own efforts. By acknowledging the contributions of others and the role of external factors beyond our control, we cultivate a sense of gratitude and humility in our interactions with the world. Treating others with respect and equality is another key aspect of humility. Regardless of differences in wealth, status, or background, we approach others with kindness, empathy, and understanding, recognizing the inherent dignity and worth of every individual. Practicing humility also involves listening attentively to the perspectives and experiences of others, recognizing that we can learn valuable lessons from those around us. By remaining open-minded and receptive to feedback, we foster personal growth and deepen our understanding of the world. Furthermore, humility is reflected in our willingness to admit our mistakes and shortcomings. Rather than striving to appear infallible, we embrace vulnerability and imperfection, recognizing that it is through our struggles and failures that we learn and grow as individuals. Be mindful of speech. In the heart of a bustling city, there dwelled a revered elder known as Master Wu. Renowned for his profound teachings and gentle demeanor, Master Wu was sought after by both the young and the old for guidance and wisdom. One crisp autumn morning, as Master Wu strolled through the city's bustling marketplace, he overheard a heated exchange between two merchants. Their voices echoed with anger and frustration, their words sharp as daggers. Intrigued by the commotion, Master Wu approached the merchants with a serene smile. "May I offer a word of advice, my friends?" he asked, his voice calm and reassuring. The merchants turned to face him, their expressions softened by his gentle presence. "Of course, Master Wu," they replied, eager to receive his guidance. "Words are like seeds," Master Wu began, his eyes twinkling with wisdom. "Once planted, they take root in the hearts of others, bearing fruit for good or ill. Be mindful of the seeds you sow, for they have the power to shape your relationships and your destiny." The merchants listened intently, captivated by Master Wu's words. They realized that their harsh words had not only wounded each other, but also tarnished their own reputations. With Master Wu's guidance, they vowed to be more mindful of their speech, choosing words that were kind and uplifting. As Master Wu continued on his way, the merchants thanked him for his wisdom and bid each other farewell with newfound respect and understanding. Practice right speech, which involves abstaining from harsh, divisive, or deceptive speech. Instead, communicate with honesty, kindness, and clarity. Your words carry power, and when used wisely, they can earn you respect and trust from others. In our daily lives, being mindful of speech involves cultivating awareness of the impact our words can have on others and choosing to communicate with kindness and compassion. Here's how we can apply this principle. Being mindful of speech begins with pausing before speaking and considering the potential impact of our words. By taking a moment to reflect on our intentions and the feelings of others, we can avoid speaking impulsively and instead choose words that uplift and inspire. Practicing active listening is another key aspect of being mindful of speech. By giving our full attention to the speaker and genuinely seeking to understand their perspective, we can respond with empathy and compassion, fostering deeper connections and mutual understanding. Choosing words that are truthful, kind, and beneficial is essential in being mindful of speech. By speaking with honesty and integrity, we build trust and credibility with others, while words spoken with kindness and compassion have the power to uplift and heal. Avoiding speech that is harsh, divisive, or hurtful is crucial in being mindful of speech. By refraining from gossip, slander, or other forms of harmful speech, we create a culture of respect and kindness in our interactions with others, fostering harmony and goodwill. Finally, being mindful of speech involves recognizing that silence can also be a form of communication. By knowing when to speak and when to listen, we honor the power of words and cultivate a deeper sense of connection and understanding in our relationships. Serve others. In the heart of a bustling city, amidst the hustle and bustle of daily life, there lived a young woman named May. Despite the challenges she faced, May possessed a heart filled with boundless compassion and a spirit eager to serve others. From a young age, May had been taught the value of kindness and generosity by her parents, who themselves were pillars of the community. They instilled in May the belief that true fulfillment came not from personal gain, but from the joy of serving others. One crisp autumn morning, as May made her way through the crowded streets, she noticed an elderly woman struggling to carry a heavy load of groceries. Without hesitation, May rushed to her side, offering to help carry the bags. Grateful for her assistance, the elderly woman smiled warmly and introduced herself as Mrs. Chang. Overwhelmed by May's kindness, Mrs. Chang invited her into her humble home for a cup of tea, eager to express her gratitude and learn more about the young woman who had come to her aid. As they sat together, May shared stories of her upbringing and the values that had shaped her life. She spoke of her parents' tireless dedication to serving others and the profound impact their selflessness had on her own sense of purpose. Moved by May's words, Mrs. Chang felt a renewed sense of hope and inspiration. She had spent so much of her life focused on her own struggles and challenges that she had forgotten the joy that came from reaching out and helping others. Determined to follow May's example, Mrs. Chang made a vow to herself that day to dedicate her life to serving others in need. She joined May in volunteering at a local soup kitchen where they worked side by side, serving hot meals to the homeless and downtrodden. As they worked together, May and Mrs. Chang formed a deep bond of friendship and camaraderie. They laughed and shared stories, finding solace in each other's company and strength in their shared mission to make the world a better place. Word of May and Mrs. Chang's selfless acts of service spread throughout the city, inspiring others to join them in their mission of compassion and generosity. Together, they created a ripple effect of kindness that touched the lives of countless individuals and transformed the community into a place of warmth and solidarity. Engage in acts of service and generosity without expecting anything in return. Serving others selflessly demonstrates your commitment to alleviating suffering and promoting well-being, which earns respect and gratitude from those you help. In our daily lives, serving others involves looking beyond our own needs and actively seeking opportunities to make a positive impact in the lives of those around us. Here's how we can apply this principle. Serving others begins with cultivating a mindset of compassion and empathy, recognizing the inherent worth and dignity of every individual. By seeing the world through the eyes of others and understanding their struggles and challenges, we can respond with kindness and generosity. Actively seeking out opportunities to help others is another key aspect of serving others. Whether it's volunteering at a local shelter, assisting a neighbor in need, or simply offering a listening ear to someone going through a difficult time, we can make a meaningful difference in the lives of those around us. Using our skills and resources to benefit others is also important in serving others. By sharing our talents, knowledge, and resources with those in need, we can empower others to overcome obstacles and achieve their goals. Serving others also involves fostering a sense of community and connection, recognizing that we are all interconnected and that our actions have ripple effects that extend far beyond ourselves. By building strong relationships and supporting one another, we create a culture of mutual aid and cooperation. Lead by example. In the vibrant heart of a bustling city, there lived a man named Wei, whose reputation for integrity and compassion echoed through the streets. Wei's upbringing had been shaped by the quiet strength and unwavering values of his father, a humble artisan who led by example in every facet of his life. From a young age, Wei had witnessed the profound impact of his father's actions on their community. Despite their modest means, his father never hesitated to extend a helping hand to those in need, whether it was offering food to hungry neighbors or providing shelter to the homeless during harsh winters. Inspired by his father's teachings, Wei embarked on a journey of service and selflessness, determined to follow in his father's footsteps and make a positive difference in the world. As he grew older, Wei became a pillar of his community, known for his tireless efforts to uplift the marginalized and advocate for social justice. One particularly cold winter's day, as snow blanketed the city streets, Wei noticed a group of children huddled together in a makeshift shelter beneath a bridge. Without a moment's hesitation, he sprang into action, rallying his neighbors to donate blankets, food, and warm clothing to the children. As word of Wei's kindness spread throughout the city, his actions inspired others to join him in his mission to alleviate suffering and spread hope. Together, they transformed abandoned buildings into shelters, established community kitchens to feed the hungry, and organized clothing drives to clothe the needy. One evening, a young woman approached Wei, her eyes shining with admiration and gratitude. "You've done so much for our community," she said, her voice trembling with emotion. "How do you stay so steadfast in your commitment to serving others?" Wei smiled warmly, his eyes reflecting the flickering glow of the lanterns illuminating the city streets. "I learned from the best," he replied, his voice filled with reverence for his father's legacy. "My father showed me that true leadership isn't about the title you hold or the power you wield. It's about the lives you touch and the hearts you inspire." As Wei continued his work, leading by example and igniting a spark of compassion in the hearts of all who crossed his path, he knew that his father's legacy lived on in every act of kindness and every gesture of love. In our daily lives, leading by example involves embodying the values and principles we wish to see in others and inspiring them to follow suit. Here's how we can apply this principle. Leading by example begins with living our lives with integrity and authenticity, aligning our actions with our values and beliefs. By demonstrating honesty, kindness, and compassion in everything we do, we set a positive example for others to follow. Taking initiative and stepping up to address challenges and injustices in our communities is another key aspect of leading by example. Whether it's volunteering our time and resources to support those in need or advocating for positive change in our society, we inspire others to take action and make a difference. Being mindful of the impact of our actions on others is crucial in leading by example. By considering the consequences of our choices and striving to make ethical decisions that benefit both ourselves and others, we demonstrate the importance of empathy, compassion, and responsibility. Fostering a spirit of collaboration and cooperation is also essential in leading by example. By working together with others towards common goals and supporting each other's efforts, we create a culture of mutual respect and solidarity that encourages everyone to contribute their unique strengths and talents. Ultimately, leading by example is about being a role model for others, showing them what it means to live with integrity, compassion, and purpose. By embodying these values in our daily lives and inspiring others to do the same, we can create a more just, compassionate, and harmonious world for all. By embodying these principles and living in accordance with Buddhist teachings, you can earn respect from others while also nurturing your own spiritual growth and well-being. Leave a like for this video and share it at least one time to help us reach more people. Spread the gospel and change more lives by comment using the word wisdom. To further support the dissemination of this message, consider sharing this video with a friend or family member. Click the like button, subscribe to the channel, and enable notifications to stay updated with more content that nourishes the soul and uplifts the spirit. See you at next video.